KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
I promise you, this is not a political podcast.
Jump from the deep end of the pool, set up the mood. Paranoid radio, set up the mood. Paranoid radio, set up the mood. Paranoid radio, set up the mood. 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 Set up the mood.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's make deposits into the bank of knowledge. Welcome back to Paranoid Radio Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Trebles Garcia, your humble host. And I want to thank the Lord for allowing me to be here today. And I want to thank every single one of you for allowing me to enter your space. Guys, I am at episode 399.
Wow.
Yo, I never thought I was going to make it this far. Guys, you guys are officially getting an episode 400, but because they're all pre-recorded all the way to episode 410, I got to tell you guys something. I'm going to treat this one as if it is my 400th episode. I want to thank every single one of you that has tuned in for the past 4 years, all the newcomers, all the new followers on Instagram. We're not extremely big yet, but I'm telling you right now, we are creating all the right habits. We are doing all the right, taking all the right avenues, rubbing elbows with the right people, knocking on the right doors, and showing passion, consistency, but most importantly, creativity and love, and injecting Jesus in everything that we do. So I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being here for 400 freaking episodes and beyond.
Wow.
I also want to share some gratitude to my best friend Tank. I know you have been already retired from the show for a while, but without you, the first 100 episodes wouldn't have been. So thank you, big dog. You're always going to be my brother. I've known you for almost 19 to 20 years already of my life and childhood friend, and I owe you a lot. Thank you so much for helping me through the beginning stages of the show and also allowing me to grow as a man and showing me how my true potential, where my true potential lays, and all my creativity. So this episode is definitely dedicated to the co-host, the ex-co-host of Paranoid Radio Podcast, my best friend Tank. Mad love, dog, and prayers to you and your family. Guys, this episode is also dedicated to another co-host that has been here and completely challenged and completely elevated the show from the bottom of my heart. Flash, I want to dedicate this episode, bro, to you, to your family, and everything that we've done together, bro. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you have done for the show. Elevated to new heights, brought in a political element to the show that I preach on it and I pray for it and I stand on it and I stand on that hill. And I've shown you loyalty, bro, because everything that you've done with me here has been nothing but passionate and loyal, bro. So thank you. Thank you for your family. Thank you for your power and energy. And most importantly, thank you for your freaking time, dog. It means the freaking world to me, bro. So
no, thank you, brother. Thank
you're
you,
almost at 70 episodes with me. You almost have your own 100 episodes at Paranoid Radio, bro.
Wow.
What more do I
That's
want,
dope.
bro? It is, man. It is. Guys, I want to remind you that the most important thing that you could do for the show today on the 399th hour is word of mouth. Check us out at paranoidradio.com and drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcast because that allows other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. You know, guys, we're not doing testicles 1-2 at the beginning of the show anymore. We have moved forward. That is beyond us now. Not beneath us, beyond us. Because, quite frankly, I think we have to mature as an episode. And, guys, we are going to be bringing more skits, more funny elements into the show as well. We're going to be bringing no more recycled guests. I know. It sounds like I'm trying to leave my friends behind, but we're not. We're trying to lead the pack. Doesn't mean that we're leading from the back or from the front. It just means we need to elevate so that they can elevate and continue to strive and pushing each other forward to complete the mission. All right, guys. And without you guys, wouldn't have been here today. Without Jesus, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be the sober self that I am, and I wouldn't be the best version of I am for you guys. So thank you so much again. Now, guys, let's jump in from the deep end of the pool and set the fucking mood. Please give a warm welcome to my next special guest, Flash, for Flashy_News1. He is a political analyst. He is a patriot, father, and business owner. What do you do, Flash? How's it going?
What it do, everybody? Back real quick because that's how crazy shit is right now. We had to get back on the mic ASAP. Let's just dive into it, baby.
Let's dive into it, bro. We have a lot to talk about. First and foremost, where can people find you?
Over on Instagram, Flashy_News1, and over on Truth Social, Flashy_Truths.
Oh, yeah. You guys do not know what we have in store. Everybody who's all over this stuff. I think we're going to start right where you sent me the notes, bro. I'm not going to jump around. Guys, make sure you check out Flash_News 1 if you guys want a daily updates and daily reels on political elements. And he is a political analyst for the show, and he brings a lot of potential and a lot of power. Make sure you check him out at Flashy_News 1 on Instagram, and he's going to be in the description of the show as well. And if you're on YouTube today, like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe, and engage. Guys, let's jump in. We have Epstein and info operation.
So,
all right, I think that says most of it.
Yeah. Listen, man. I tried to warn that we were in the midst of the biggest information psyop to date that I've ever really seen. Anytime if you're really emotional or things are really unclear or up seems down and down seems up, you're in a psyop. So it's just always safe to just take a deep breath, realize that everything you are reading from people in power can't be taken at face value, right? When you're in an information op, a lot of it is misdirection. A lot of it is, oh, look over here, not over there, right? And obviously, we're speaking specifically about the Epstein case and how Trump has been handling the Epstein case. I know it's been upsetting to a lot of people. A lot of people are confused. Longtime supporters don't really understand what's going on. But we've been here before, right? Many times we felt like the fucking wall was falling, the sky was falling, MAGA was over, Trump was done, political career, and then all of a sudden something turns around and it makes complete sense, and we're all like, "Oh, yeah, right? I knew it. I told you, right?" But we see a lot of sunshine patriots, right? A lot of just the people that were around when it was sunny outside. Now, when the clouds start coming, you see boop, 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 you see the scatterers, right? And this is no different. The same people that were completely wrong about Iran are now the same people that were completely wrong about the Epstein case, because we can all agree that you sometimes nothing is what it seems, and you can't take things at face value, especially the things that Trump says sometimes, right? And when he's saying something so against his base, right, saying that it doesn't matter, move on, essentially, right? You have to sit back and be like, okay, this is very unlike Trump, right? When has he ever done anything like this, right? So instead of saying, oh, just the obvious thing, the narrative of the day is that, oh, he's on the list and that's why he's protecting the list. Like, how wrong could you possibly be? I mean, Epstein was walking around a free man, flying around in airplanes, raping little girls until when? Until Trump became the president of the United States. That's when Jeffrey Epstein finally stopped raping little girls. Okay, so let's not get that twisted. Again, and not only that, the only reason why anybody supports him in the truth movement is because we thoroughly debunked any relationship he had to Jeffrey Epstein. This is why I keep saying, don't forget the last 8 years, because it'll tell you the future will prove the past, right? It'll show you what's going on now. We've been here before with Trump, and we actually went through all of the court documents from the victims. We talked. The lawyer of the victim said that Trump was the only one to help them. I mean, listen, he banned Epstein from all of his hotels after he was arrested the first time. I mean, on and on and on, right? So that's obviously not it, right? We can pretty much check that off the board. That's not what it is. Even if his name was on the list, they could just take his name off the list. We have erasers. We have technology that can do that. Now, saying that, who was the president for the last 4 years before Trump? Joe Biden. Did they not have possession of the documents? Of course they did. And this is what Trump has been saying. And the fact that he repeated it again today makes me think that, oh, okay, this is actually something he wants us to pay attention to. That's what Trump does, right? When he repeats something over and over, the Spider-Man campaign, that means he wants eyes on. So he obviously wants eyes on this Epstein case. Because if he didn't, he would stop talking about it, and he wouldn't be talking about it in a way that's given such a reaction. You don't think when Trump says, I want people to stop talking about this now, you don't think that the exact opposite, he doesn't know the exact opposite's going to happen? Of course he knows that everyone's
especially by the media. They're going to start manipulating people's emotions.
Of course he knows that. And the way that he was talking too, so like strangely towards his base, like, come on, like of course he knew about how much attention this was going to get. You know, that long ass message that he made. So obviously him knowing that, now he likes to live in the chaos, right? He learns a lot in the chaos. Now, who are the Democrats demanding the Epstein list? All of a sudden, the Democrats are who were the ones not demanding it, right? So now all of a sudden, the Democrats are demanding it. They're putting it onto the House for a vote. They want this shit so bad. Nobody was talking about this for the last 4 years when Biden was president. Where were the Democrats then demanding the list? Now that Trump said he doesn't want you to have it, now you want it. This is how Trump works, right? This is how he plays mind games. So now he has the people that were completely ignoring it. Now they're demanding it. right? So now when he does bring it out, it's going to look like, hey, look, I'm the one who did this. I'm the transparent one. You guys asked for it. I got it. Right. And I think that that's actually something that can unite both sides is crimes against children. Right. I think both sides are really going to respect the fact when it does come out. But now all of a sudden there's interest in it again. Nobody was even talking about this 2 months ago. People just kind of let it go by. You know, and the whole way they did this, they did it in a way that drew a lot of attention. Right. Like they could have done this in a way, the way they leaked it to Axios and all this stuff. And then Dan Bongino stepping away for a couple of days really sold it, right? Really sold the whole operation, the whole op, right? And now he's back in his office today, and he said he's working on something really important. So it's like, and Pam Bondi. So it's playing out that it's obviously a psyop, right? So now where does it go from here? I think that this is connected to the grand conspiracy investigation that the FBI just announced a couple of days ago. Now, this is literally the biggest investigation ever announced against the government. This is a grand, not a regular conspiracy, a grand conspiracy. That means it could be RICO, it could be anything. They can go back 20 years if they, however long they want, because the conspiracy is still ongoing. So there's no statute of limitations, right? So this is how you throw out a net and just get that. They can start tapping phones. They can fucking do all they can get financial information. They can follow the money. And I'm sure this is connected to the Epstein list. Because if you're not going to open a grand conspiracy, that means they have a lot of evidence to even say that they're opening that, right?
And
to
a lot of bodies.
That shit start a lot of people, right? So this has been ongoing. So this is like the first thing Cash Patel did. Like this has been ongoing. They just announced it now. It's already been taking place. And people forget that James Comey, the ex-head of the FBI, and Brennan are also separately being criminally investigated. So this is all connected, right? So would you release the files if you're using them as evidence in a grand conspiracy case against the government?
You're not even allowed to speak on it.
Of course not. And is this why the Democrats want it? Because they want to see what they have. They want to see what evidence is being used.
They try to rush it out of them.
They're trying to force Trump's hand and make it look like, oh, Trump is hiding the documents, when really he's just playing it close to the chest because he's about to drop the fucking hammer on y'all. Right? He's not going to give up what he has. He's not going to show you what he has. Right? Instead, he's going to say, let's not talk about it. Keep it moving. Everybody, don't worry about it. You're safe. Oh, I'm not even going to use it. Don't worry about it. Meanwhile, they just launched the biggest investigation ever. You don't think they're going to use that? Of course they're going to use that, right? So
damn, they even manipulated the side of the freaking of the MAGA movement, bro.
And that's how you know it's a good psyop. That's how you know, because it had to be that way, because now that's when the Democrats really jumped on it when MAGA started turning on Trump. Once they saw it was politically inconvenient for Trump, that's when they really jumped on it. Once Dan Bongino left and it seemed like it was causing drama, that's when they jumped on it, right? Not at first, but once it got, so that's how you know it's an op, right?
Politicizing the moment.
These little things they were doing to keep pushing it and pushing it. Trump was doing to keep pushing. Then he came out with that True Social post. They never, nobody talked about it. Forget it. All they were like, oh yeah, we got him now. Okay, yeah, you're begging for it. You're not gonna like what you find. You're not gonna like what they release. But honestly, we can't be naive to think that Joe Biden's administration didn't do anything to alter them or to change them in somehow, because I think that's what Trump is referring to when he says that, oh, these people created the hoax, right? Because I think, and he said that he was afraid to release it because some innocent people could get caught up in it. Just because you knew Jeffrey Epstein doesn't mean you were a pedophile. Like Trump knew Epstein doesn't mean he was banging little kids, right? I'm sure Epstein had a lot of business going on with normal people that probably had no idea who he was, really, that he was a pedophile. Right, especially before he was arrested the first time, and after he was arrested the second time, or the first time, and whoever was friends with him after that, that tells you they knew, like Clinton, that he went on the plane after Epstein was arrested the first time, after everybody knew he was a child rapist. Trump cut him the fuck off as soon as he found out who he was. So that tells you a lot, right? Yeah. So whoever was friends with him after 2006, that is who we should be looking at, like the Clintons and everything like that. But that's besides the point. So to honestly say that Biden administration had this information, right, for 4 years, to say that they wouldn't have done anything to it, altered it in any way, knowing that Trump just said, I'm going to release the Epstein files as soon as I win the election. That's what Trump was saying. Trump was saying that on the campaign trail. He was asked about it. He said, absolutely, I'm going to do the JFK. I'm going to do all of that. So to think that they wouldn't do anything with that, knowing that Biden was going to lose the election and was looking really bad. You know what I mean? You don't think people at the FBI either got rid of the list completely or altered it somehow. So maybe when Pam Bondi got it, she said, it's on my desk. I haven't looked at it. The files are on my desk. And then when she looked at it, Maybe it was just crazy. Like there was shit in there that she didn't know it was true or not. Maybe they're trying to verify it. Like I said, there's so many things going on here with it, right? But also, it's a golden ticket. Do you know what I mean? Why wouldn't you use this for everything it's worth? All of the information that's on there, whether it's true or not, whatever, you can still use it as leverage on someone, on these people that you want to make deals with. Now we're making all these trade deals with these countries that aren't good for these countries. We have tariffs on countries that no longer took their tariffs off of us, but we still have 30% tariffs on them. Like, no, like you should, and they didn't have to make these trade deals at all because they already had trade deals. So Trump is breaking old trade deals, making new ones. And like these countries are just doing it for no reason, right? And then you got the whole Israel thing that we talked about last time, how all of a sudden Israel is obeying what Trump says, ceasefires. They're going to stop in Gaza. That's a ceasefire next week. Iran, no bombs are being dropped over there. No regime change, no forever war. Ceasefire deals are sticking. All of a sudden, they never stuck before. So is it crazy to suggest that Trump is using whatever the list is at this point, just the idea of it? And that's why I really felt with the whole binder thing with Pam Bondi and have them giving the binders to the influencers really was part of the op, because you have to head fake like you do have it and you're willing to give it out, right? And it said phase 1, right? So now he's making
Very
me think
important.
there's more phases. Oh, this is just phase 1. That means there's phase 2, phase 3. Who knows? So that, and I know it looked like they were lying to us, but it wasn't for us. It was for those people on the list to make them think that not only did he have it, he was going to release it, right? And then the whole week came to Axio. So this is an information op. That's why, and I just seen just now as I was waiting, Trump doubled down again and said that, this is some like that the Biden administration, James Comey had something to do with the Epstein files. And the fact that he keeps saying that makes me believe that there's something to it. He's not just saying it for no reason. You know what I mean? And then if you really think about it logically, see, this is the thing. Do you want narratives or do you want the actual facts, right? Because there's a whole bunch of narratives going on out there right now. And it all started, like I said, with the anti-Israel black pill narrative. I said as soon as that shit started, I was like, they're going to use this to divide the movement and they're going to use it to divide the country eventually, right? And that's exactly what's happening within MAGA, because now as soon as you take that black seed of Israel is controlling Trump, now it looks like everything Trump does is being controlled by Israel because you have those lenses on. So now you can say that about this. You can say it about the Epstein files now, all of this stuff, right? And Trump is just doing his part in the psyop, right? He has to keep up these appearances, like Dan Bongino leaving. That was an appearance, right? These are all appearances. Meanwhile, we have this other stuff that's going on. And, honestly, I understand the importance of the Epstein files. I really do. But on a scale of like 1 to 10 right now, what's most important to the country? It's the agenda. It's implementing the agenda, right? And the agenda right now is in its baby phase, right? We can't have something so chaotic as to releasing what's on the Epstein files or anything about that right now that could upset the markets. It could collapse the dollar. It could fuck with our diplomatic relationships with other countries, our trade deals. Do we want to look at this realistically, or do we want to look at this like as crazy, as conspiracy, quote unquote conspiracy theorists, where everything is a conspiracy and this and that? And then now you're picking narratives. Our thing is to be the truth, right? To be the truth tellers. You don't have to be it's not me about being a Trump supporter. This is about me being a truth supporter, right? And bringing you guys the facts that aren't being talked about, the dots that are being missed in order to connect dots that aren't supposed to be connected, right? If you're going to go here to here, don't forget about the dot over here. And then if you go here, it completely fucked your whole shit up, then it's not true. You know what I'm saying? So people like Candace Owens and stuff, like they're picking and choosing what facts to present, right? Not to say that what they're saying isn't true, but they're just leaving out other facts that would dispel the narrative, right? So we're not doing narratives here. We're trying to find what the real truth is and realistically looking at all of the effects that it would have to release it right now. Is it smart to release it right now in the first 200 days of your administration? Is that something you maybe want to do later on your administration after you use it for all it's worth? After you use it for these investigations? After you use it to make people do what you want, to use it as blackmail for yourself, put the country first? It's not like Trump's making money off of the fucking blacklist. It's not off the list. It's not like he's doing anything for himself. He's doing it for the country. He's doing trade deals. He's doing all of these other things to put our country first. And I don't care what he uses to do it. I honestly don't, because the Epstein files, that's not going to help my children's financial future. That's not going to change our debt. That's not going to make our dollar stronger. It's not going to help the 401k. It's, you know what I'm saying? So there's other things, and it's not like nothing else is happening. Everything else that he said is literally happening. It's just this one thing isn't happening like we want it to, like the way we think it is. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. But let's just stay focused on the country, right? And you got to put this country first. Sometimes that means putting what you want and what you really, really need or what you really, really want to the side and saying what's best for the country right now. I trust Trump.
You know what?
That's it.
The emotion behind that was very charged, bro. I know people that jumped on the train and then jumped off the train just
Hmm.
because of the Epstein. Just like we've
Yep.
seen people that jumped on the train and then jumped off the train when it came to the abortion from federal to state. Then it went like
Hmm.
we've seen it back and forth.
Yep.
We've seen it back and
Yep.
forth with Iran. We've seen it with the abortion. We've seen big events that are emotionally charged. And unfortunately, because we're fathers, we tend to want it now. And some of
Right.
us, like Rico from Talking Rooster said, hey, at this point, if it comes to hiding these pedophiles, let the world fucking burn. You're talking about a lot of innocent people here, bro. We need to have a more structured way of doing this. And quite frankly,
Exactly.
just like you said before in the previous episode called Splinter Cell Transhumanist, guys, you can't bust your nut that early. That's probably your
Exactly.
biggest nut. And quite frankly, if you could use it for leverage, this is where 5D comes in. 5D chess comes in. Talking
Exactly,
about
bro.
5D chess, trade and tariffs, bro. Let's move this forward. What we got?
Great. So all the doom and gloomers, all wrong. Again, today's inflation report come out cooler than expected. No inflation for groceries. Gas is down. Everything's down. The tariffs are being eaten by the countries that are doing it, right? They're not being eaten by the consumer like they predicted. And now these trade
Exactly.
deals are all working out. So now these countries that didn't want to make a trade deal, Trump is just sending them a letter saying what it is. This is what it is now. You had your chance. Now you got a 30% tariff. Done. Deal's over. No more negotiating. Have a nice day. But
Mhm.
Malaysia, I think, just made a huge deal today. And Vietnam also just made another huge deal today. So two manufacturing places that make a lot of stuff that send it to our country. Oh, and we just had a surplus this month for the first time in 30
Oh
years.
yeah.
This country made money instead of losing it because of that. So now all the doomers about the spending bill, this is
Thank
what
you.
we were trying to tell you. Give it a second, and we're going to start seeing revenue from the tariffs. We just made $27 billion in 1 month, and half the tariffs haven't even been implemented yet. Wait till the other half of the tariff. We're going to make it $100 billion a month. So it's okay if we spend $5 trillion. We're going to make that money back. This is what we were trying to tell you. Just wait and chill and just give it a second. All these Thomas Masseys and all these libertarians and all these fiscal conservatives that say, oh, he's going to spend too much. He's raising the debt. Relax. Okay, well, this is going to pay for itself literally with the tariffs. It already is, right? We just made $27 billion in 1 month. This country has never made money before like that. And it happened like that real quick. Right now, it's only half of the tariffs. Now, the EU tariffs, those are going to be at 30%. Mexico was at 30%. That's all August 1st. That hits August 1st. If they want to come to make a deal, they can. But if not, it's 30%. That's just what it's going to be. So, and now our markets are being opened up in Indonesia. They're going to start taking our farm products. All of this stuff is just going to boom our economy, bro. Like, people don't even understand. Not only that, we're getting rid of the illegal immigrants, right? That's going to bring the cost of housing down. That's going to bring the cost of
Mm,
insurance down. That's going to bring the
mhm.
cost of even traffic in LA is better. Like all of this, like literally, you can solve all of your problems by mass
Yo,
deportations. You really can. The hospitals will get less crowded. The schools will get less crowded. Your subways will get less crowded. Everything literally fixes itself when you mass deport people that aren't supposed to be here. Your Medicaid, your insurance will go down. All of these things go because there's less cars on the road. Like there'll be less car accidents. Like that's just what it is, bro. And Trump understands that. So we're seeing
there's
all of the things, the agenda really come together here, right? And then if we
for
just
the
throw in the border real quick, people say that nothing's being done about the Jeffrey Epstein. Listen, those victims, God bless them, they're adults now. They got hundreds of $1 millions. They're telling us now we're focused on the children that are being trafficked today, right now, by shutting down the border, by implementing the
mm,
DNA testing again, by hunting down all the children that were missing, like on these pot
which have
farms.
been getting found, by the way, and they're not reporting
Exactly.
on.
But the 300,000 that are missing, 10,000 have already been found. You don't think that's a lot? That's a lot to those kids that were found. And that's doing
Word.
something about it. That's not just talking about it and releasing it. No, this is saving the supply of cutting off the supply to the predators, and then who hunting down human traffickers, the middlemen, right? The coyotes, all of these, the cartel members, all of these people, all the whole network's coming down. You don't just chop the head off the snake; you fucking burn it from the inside.
That is very important to testify on because people tend to forget because all the emotional charge on Epstein, you want to care about the kids.
Mm-hmm.
This is also happening, guys. It's not just the Epstein list. It's extremely important, and I'm not defending Trump. We're just stating facts. This is
Yeah,
also
that's what
very
it is.
important. So for the people that call themselves truthers and say, "I'm gonna get off the Trump chain," good, get off the Trump chain. But I defy and I do not I condone the idea of you saying I'm gonna jump off the Trump train, but do not report on the kids that have been getting found. You
Yeah.
cannot just talk about the immediate media problem that makes it
Yeah.
seem like, oh my God, that's the only importance, bro. There's things that are happening in the background, and you know what, bro? It's funny because there's been reports. I live in LA, I live in the flats, I live in Southgate, guys, and for the people that live in the San Gabriel Valley, which is probably from the valley all the way to the flats of LA. If anybody knows the region, they will know what I'm saying. From the valley to downtown, let's just say downtown, not even the flats. From the valley to downtown, after 3 p.m., it's an hour and 30 to a 2-hour drive back home. Anyway on that fucking freeway. On the 110, the 105, on the 210, on the 10, on the 60. Dude, I know what I'm telling you, and you guys probably know too. The worst traffic in the freaking planet. That is what we
it's
call
crazy.
the commute from the valley to downtown. For example, guys, 36 to 40 minutes 46 minutes has been taken, shaved off. There's reports of people doing the math
Wow.
now driving on the street where they're driving less time from work back to home because people are scared. The people that were undocumented driving without a freaking license, without registration, and most importantly, without insurance, which is why your insurance is hiked up.
Yep.
I pay $160 for my 2018 Toyota Corolla on liability insurance, not even full coverage.
Wow.
Let that set the freaking mood. Now, guys, I'm not talking shit, bro. I'm not talking shit. We're talking facts here.
It's
Let's
what it
put this
is.
shit. It is what it is. And I have
This
no
is what it
accidents, bro.
is.
I'm a perfect driver. Okay, guys? Anyway, the point is, guys, we're getting time back. I'm not saying that the right thing to do is incriminate all these people. And then there is unfortunate people that have been in this country for 25 to 30 years that have been working. Look, bro, it happens. There's loss, and you knew what you were going to get yourself into the moment you jumped over that freaking fence.
It's a risk.
And it is what it is, bro. You know,
It's a risk.
unfortunately, those are the rules. Now, the state of MAGA, bro, this is extremely important for a lot of us, dog. Especially for me. I texted you a couple times when I was telling you, I'm feeling a little flimsy, bro. I admit it, guys. I'm feeling a little flimsy because this thing was really, really emotional and tied to our hearts. This is the JFK of our generation.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. You know, and now we see the people that are meant to divide the movement, the people I've been warning about this entire time, way before this happened. I could see it coming with the Israel stuff. You know, it was just people were just waiting in the wings to divide the movement. That's what was happening, and now they see this. This is a perfect opportunity. They're just jumping on it. Oh my God, you were this, and it's literally the same people that were wrong about Iran. The people that can't read any, but it's those same people that claim to be truthers that know about psyops and information psyops, but yet they're jumping on the narrative of the day. They're jumping on what they're seeing right now as what it is, right? They're not. But then if they any other situation, they'll be like, oh, okay, let's think about this critically, guys. Let's think about this. Like, you know, if they're trying to prove how Trump is controlled by Israel, oh, they'll fucking put out the chalkboard and fucking this and that. Oh, but if Trump does it, we don't give him the benefit of the doubt, and it's just that blah blah blah, right? Oh, okay, I see how it is. That's not being fair. I'm sorry, that's disingenuous, 100%. And now I see people in MAGA even lying about MAGA. MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, everybody loves her, right? She's MAGA. We went on Steve Bannon today, and she was saying how, she was saying how Trump sending the weapons to Ukraine, how Trump said that it's being paid for, right? We're not giving anybody weapons anymore for free.
Word. Not like
But
last past 4
MTG
years.
said NATO's paying for them, and since America spends more money on NATO, that Americans are still paying for them anyway. Total complete bullshit. The EU is buying the weapons. NATO is distributing them to the Ukraine. So this has nothing to do with American taxpayers. But see, she lied to conflate the truth to make the narrative a little bit better.
Dividers.
And why would you want to do that? You're dividing. What I think is happening is I think people are seeing that they think that Trump's popularity is going down because of the Epstein thing. They think MAGA's a sinking boat. They're looking for the next guy, for the next person
It's
to
always
jump on
like
their
that,
train
the next superstar.
and to just take them to the top, and so that they can ride them and fundraise off of them and win their next election and
Money.
this and that. So quick to turn their back on the person that made them fucking famous, on the man that got them to their position today. None of these podcasters would be where they were without Trump. None of these people would be in Congress if it wasn't for Trump. None of these fucking people making money off podcasts, none of them. Literally all started around that time, 2016. They all exploded. Okay, whether they jumped on the train or not, or whatever it was, right? But now it's convenient and it's sexy and it's cute to diss the movement, diss Trump. So you could just see it, the popularity wave, right? But this is all part of the deep state psyop to bring down MAGA, because the only way you can break it now is from the inside. So you got people that are trusted voices now. Oh, we can't trust the administration for anything and this and that. It completely ignoring all of the other wins that we've gotten, how we've gotten this country back on track in fucking 200 days from literally a death spiral that we were in under the Biden administration. Now people are talking about that. This isn't the end all be all. I'm sorry. Even though I'm confident we're going to get it in the end, it's just not, like especially if you have a family, if you have kids, like it's not just about what the online people are saying. Like it's literally, I think it's like 93% of MAGA actually doesn't even care about this at all. Like it's literally just like the hardcore aspect of MAGA that
And a lot
really,
of people
really
that have
care
the
about it.
influence effect.
Right. And that it gets clicks, and people love to see drama and everything like that. But, we just have to be confident in the fact that we've seen this. And I think Trump has earned a little bit of patience and to see how this plays out. I think he's allowing it to get to a fever pitch, right? To get everybody all hyped up. And then he's going to come in and be like, I got you. I'm going to do a special counsel and we're going to get all the information we can out. There, see, I'm the hero. He likes to play the hero. He likes to get drama. He likes to fucking get things all wild up
And
and
he
be like,
knows how to stay
I'll
on the
solve
mainstream
it.
media top,
Right.
the
And
top
listen, no,
freaking thing.
no
Yeah.
publicity is bad publicity because he knows how to turn it around. It looks dark now, but he'll do just like Iran and all this other shit. And then he'll do something to be like, oh, wow, damn, he was right. Or, wow, damn. He does it fucking like 100 million times over the last 8 years. People like this is no different. This is actually even better because it's such a hot topic that he can milk it for everything it's worth. This man knows how to milk shit, how to draw things out, how to get everything, every bit of media hype, every bit of popular out of it. It may look like it's not good, and all of a sudden it's good. Just give it some time. We're in the middle of the psyop. That's why I've been saying it from the beginning that this is an information psyop, that is using it for leverage, that Dan Bongino was coming back, and that I think we should segue into Gates right here. I think where this is going is the special counsel. I made that reel that I had to delete because people are so ridiculous to me sometimes. Like, okay, Matt Gaetz was supposed to give a speech at the Charlie Kirk summit, right? It was like a big deal. All of a sudden, he canceled at the last minute, jumped on a plane to Washington, D.C. Poso and Steve Bannon were like, oh, he was summoned to D.C. Somebody, like, obviously, Trump was involved, right? But of course, Matt Gaetz is not going to admit that. He's not going to say, oh, yeah, Trump called me. I'm on my way to Washington, D.C. to be the special counsel. No, he's going to say it was a personal matter in D.C. That's all he said. He didn't, of course, so then people are like, look, bro, he's going to cancel a speech to go jump, not a phone call. You can't talk on the phone. You got to go to Washington, D.C. to talk in person. Yeah, because phones are tapped. That's you meeting the president, right? So I think Pam Bondi's going to stay. I think she's playing her role. I think Gates will be the special counsel to investigate all of this Epstein stuff, all of this other corruption stuff. It's all going to come together. And Matt, it would be a perfect pick because he's a trusted voice in MAGA. Whatever he comes out with, people will actually believe it. And I think that this is it. But, as far as Trump, like Trump's not going to change course now and be like, oh, I was wrong. No, he's going to stay on his course of why are people still talking about this? Oh, but hey, listen, if you guys really want it, okay, yeah, take it. And he just literally they just asked him about it while he was getting on the plane right now when we were on that little break. I looked out and he was like, listen, if it's credible, give it all to him. Let the people have it all. Just said it just now. He said, I want everyone to have the credible evidence. You can have it. That's where he's at already. See, he let it get to a fever pitch. And now he's like, hey, yeah, just give it to him. No big deal.
So
fine.
they can ask for it.
Telling you, people are begging for it. Now he'll give it to you. Before no one was even, if he would have let it out, it might have even been like a poof. Who knows? Now everyone's like, ooh, what, and if they think it's going to fucking make us look bad and Trump look bad, when in reality, it's going to make their heroes look bad.
You don't get Christmas gifts during the summer, do you? You get Christmas gifts when the promotions start, when after Black Friday, it's stuff and stuff. So yeah, it's a seasonal situation,
and you got to build up to it, bro. We got to do the Christmas music, we got to do the advent calendar, we got to do all the things,
Love it, dog. Yo, so now it's important now that we're moving forward with the show, and we're also pushing on to season 8, guys. And I'm gonna start doing this with most of my of the special guests, and starting with you, big dog. What can people look after? Where can people find these sources? Where can people find you? And what should we expect next, man?
Well, I'm over on Instagram, _news1. I think what we want to see next, the things that we look for to see if things are going in the right direction, would be some kind of special counsel to be announced to investigate all things deep state, Epstein, all of that. Also, we just got to keep our eye on Kash Patel, what he's talking about. Bongino is back, and he said he's working on something very important. So the only reason why he came back is because Trump said to release whatever we have. That's what they're saying, right? So, but just be careful. We're still in the middle of a psyop. So when you're reading something from someone in a position of power or influence, just keep that in mind. We are in the middle of a psyop. Everything that is said is not meant for us. Just because it's directed at us doesn't necessarily mean it's for us. It could be for the deep state. It could be for the enemy. It could be for someone specific. It could be coded language in a lot of these tweets, a lot of these capital letters and misspelled words. It's all fucking military shit, right? So because
We've seen it before.
a lot of the private stuff is tapped, so they can't talk on the phone. So they talk in open things like X, but they have their own code to do it, right? That's kind of what Q was. People are really good at doing code that. So just know that there's things happening behind the scenes. People on a FBI most wanted list are being arrested. Sex traffickers are being arrested. Children are being saved. The border is secure. The stock market is booming. Everyone's 401k is up. Inflation is down. The border is secure. Like, don't forget all of those things that actually matter by putting this country back together. And yes, that Epstein thing is going to be a very chaotic thing. No one knows one way or the other what's going to happen. But for sure, it's not going to help anything like the stock market or financial situation. It's not going to do anything to help that at all.
It might even collapse it if anything.
Right. So I don't think we're really in that position yet to take that risk. Is the risk worth it? It is, but we have to be in a better position to take that risk. And that's what Trump, as a leader, that is his job, is to put us in a position to where if we're going to take a risk, we have to be able to deal with it, to be able to handle it, right? As a society, as an economic powerhouse of the world that we are, right? Like they think people are relying on us. The whole world is relying on us. We're making trade deals, making peace deals. We're doing all this stuff. So to throw this grenade in the middle of all of it right now, it may not be what's best for the country. Just because it's what we want as podcasters and truthers and influencers and whatever the fuck doesn't necessarily mean it's the best thing for the greater country in the world. And that's what Trump is putting first. It's the country, the world, the base as far as needs, right? And sometimes those don't always align, and that's okay. As long as I feel that this country is being put first, that's what I'm looking for. Is this country being put first? And as far as Russia and Ukraine and sending weapons, listen, we have a mineral deal with Ukraine now. Okay, it's not just some random country in the middle of nowhere doing nothing for us. We're trying to get off the tit of China, right, with those minerals. By doing now, we just made a deal with Ukraine, a $500 billion deal. It's not some small deal. So now we have a financial investment to protect in Ukraine. Not only that, Putin has had every opportunity to come to the table. Matter of fact, Trump has been extremely transparent with coming to the American people and telling them exactly what Putin's been saying. They've been talking, and then Putin would talk nice during the day and then drop bombs at night. And it made Trump look fucking stupid because he's out there saying, oh, we're doing good. I think we're going to get a peace deal. And he felt completely disrespected. So this is actually personal now. So this is actually part of a negotiation. One way wasn't working. Diplomatically, that wasn't working, right? So now we try the stick. Tried the carrot. Now we try the stick. Oh, you don't want to play ball? We're going to arm Ukraine. We're going to give them all the defensive weapons they need. We're going to say we'll give them whatever they want just to see if that's going to rattle Putin's cage. Because the avenue that we tried diplomacy, how many days has it been now? Trump wanted this shit ended on day one. And it's Putin now who's being the asshole, right? At first it was Zelensky, and he put Zelensky in his place. And then Zelensky fell in line. Now Trump is saying Zelensky is all for it. He's for peace now. But now it's fucking Putin.
What excuse do you have?
Who's killing people, innocent people, doing all these big drone strikes right after he's telling Trump, oh, yeah, let's make this deal. Hang up the phone, drops bombs. That's not cool, bro. So you know what? Now we're going to smack you in the mouth a little bit. And I'm okay with that because that's peace through strength. That's deterrence. That's putting this country first because we need that mineral deal with our financial. And he's not giving anything away. We're selling weapons. We're selling it to the EU. Whatever the EU does with it, the EU does with it. Just like we sell weapons to Saudi Arabia, just like we sell weapons to anybody else. So we're not giving anything away. This is nothing like Joe Biden. And the people that are saying that are fucking lying.
I love it. And make sure, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we've come to the conclusion of episode 399, and it wasn't an episode. What you guys watch is a mastered edited version. We kicked ass. Flash came back. He freaking conquered it. We took a little pause. We came back, and he remembered. And guys, we slammed home run it, bro. I want to thank you again from the bottom of my heart for being here today, guys. Thank you for taking the time, Flash. Guys, I want you to take the time just like we took the time out of our days. I haven't even eaten correctly, guys. I got off a freaking 10-hour shift off work. And Flash had to attend to his family. He handled his business at work as well. And now, guys, we're here delivering the truth to you guys. If you guys cherish, appreciate anything that we do, or at least our time, go to paranoidradio.com. Check out the affiliations, or at least drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify, because that's going to allow other people like you to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. Peace, everybody. Thank you so much, and stay tuned. Season 8 starts tomorrow night. Oh, yeah.
Dude,
That was sick.
let's go.